There's a few things I absolutely love about this Vivobarefoot shoe, and there's some important differences and similarities between other models. So in this video, I'm going to go over 5 important things about the Primus Lite knits. So there's some good stuff and there's some bad stuff about these shoes, but first of all, I want to tell you exactly what I've been using them for. So I've been using them for mostly stuff inside the gym, hypertrophy stuff, calisthenic, bodyweight exercises, and also a little bit of light walking and a little bit of light running. With the sole of these bad boys being really thin, just 4mm between me and the ground, I've been using them more and more for things like deadlifts, lunges, squats, pistol squats, because it's really nice to have that close feel to the ground and being able to transfer force really easily into the floor. There's just no better feeling than having that nice stable foot plant on the ground and being able to transfer force straight through to the floor so you can do your lifts. When in comparison, if you're using something like a running shoe, for example, because they're so cushioned, you can kind of have that compression from side to side. So if you put a certain amount of weight into one side, even if it's a little bit and you've got a lot of weight on your back, for example, then it compresses and then you become more unstable. So it's just really nice to have that 4mm sole of these shoes. Which brings me nicely to my next point, and that's that these are hands down the most flexible Vivobarefoot shoe or any shoe that I've had. And that primarily comes down to coupling that nice thin sole that I just spoke about with that new knit mesh upper. And what's even more surprising about this is I get a really nice lockdown with these shoes as well, probably better than any other Vivobarefoot shoe I have, which is strange, but it just, that upper and that knit is kind of firm but flexible and soft at the same time. It's just really easy to get into positions like lunges, squats, calf raises, or push-up variations where you want a lot of toe bend or box jumps, for example, and you want to be able to get into those positions easily, smoothly, and be able to transfer force. But at the same time, because you've got that knit material, it does it really well, but it's also nice and soft, so you don't get any rubbing or any pinching like you might do in other models. And for me, it just means that knit upper is really transforming the shoe. It's much more flexible than the normal Primus Lites, and it actually hugs my foot a lot better as well. The drawback to that, though, is in cold conditions, your feet just get too cold to wear them. They're just too breathable and they don't provide enough warmth, which does mean you have less of an opportunity to use these shoes. But it does mean when it comes to the warmer months, the summer months, these shoes are definitely going to be superior to any other shoes or Vivobarefoot shoes I have, with that extra breathability, super light, super thin feel. They're just going to feel amazing in the summer months, but it does mean I can only really wear them for half of the year. And one thing that's really puzzled me about these shoes, and when I first saw them, is where they stack up against the Geo Racer Knit. To me, it looks like these shoes are kind of a mixture of the Geo and the Primus Lite. It looks like they've had a baby and they've come up with this shoe, but it looks really similar. So in terms of picking and making decisions between them, that's quite difficult. I don't know what the main differences are, to be honest. I've never had any of the Geo type shoes, but it just seems strange and weird that they look and seem so similar. But let me know in the comments below if you do own a pair of the Geos and what they're like. I'd really like to know. I've always had the Primus Lite range, but now the lines are a little bit blurred. And to me, it looks like they might discontinue the Geo Racer Knit range. I'm not sure, but it looks like they're on sale on the website and I can't see any full price ones. So it might be a good opportunity to pick up some of those. That being said, though, I'm super happy with these over the Geo Racers, and I couldn't really justify having both options, but you know, I'm really happy with these. But what about that price tag? They're expensive, right? That's gonna hurt a little bit. And I've long thought that minimalist shoes should be on the cheaper side, if anything, you know, less materials, less cushioning, really thin. But with Vivobarefoot being an ethical brand and not really mass manufacturing like other brands like Nike, for example, I guess that's gonna mean that they're gonna be more expensive. And on the other side to this, I think they have a bit of a cult-like hyped up following, which does mean that they can charge higher prices because those fans like me will just pay through the nose to get some of these. And really, I'm not ashamed to be sucked into that. Now, whether it's worth it or not, I think comes down to individual preference. For me, they absolutely are. I love what they deliver and I feel like I'm getting a good looking premium barefoot shoe. Now, that makes me want to wear them and reap all of the benefits. So although I definitely could be paying less and probably getting the same benefits, I'm kind of committing my money. I'm putting something on the line for something that I like and I'm definitely going to get the benefits from. But who is this model for then? Well, I think it's great for gym-based workouts. Definitely, I really enjoyed wearing them for that, and it's going to be my favorite shoe for that. Now, I also think they're good for kind of city walking. I think they look smarter compared to some of the other shoes. I think you can get away with them a bit more. I think you could do some light running in them, maybe not long distances, unless you've got really strong feet. And the other thing is, I think I've probably got a temperature range cut off for these. If it's below 10 degrees and I'm going to be out in them in a long period of time, I think I'll go for the Tracker Deacons instead, because it'll just keep my feet nice and warm. And if it's warmer than that, or I'm doing a workout, then I'll definitely pick these with that extra breathability, and they'll keep my feet nice and cool. In the summer months, these will end up being my daily shoe. I can just see them being super nice to wear in the summer with that breathability and overall flexibility. So if you're somebody that wants them for gym-based workouts, I definitely give them a thumbs up. And if you're somebody that wants to kind of walk around, or you're in hotter climates, I definitely think these are for you as well. And in my next Vivo video, it's going to be about my kids' shoes. So subscribe if you want to see that, and I'll see you in the next one.